I remember when I was a teenager, I was maybe like 13, and I heard a record for the first time that I just absolutely fell in love with. It was MXPX, Teenage Politics, and I thought, I want to do that. Me and a bunch of my friends, we started a band, and we practiced all the time, and we were a decent high school punk rock band. Then I met a girl, and her name was Megan.
When I met Mark, he was in a band that probably could have gotten signed. There was a lot of conversation about that with his early band, and a lot of conversations about hitting the road as soon as they graduated from high school. And instead, we got married.
I wanted to be with Megan more than I wanted to be in my band. So we got married very young. We got married when we were 18, and I quit my band.
Sometime after we had been married for a while, maybe 5 years, we really could see a lot of issues springing up from us getting married young, and also from him giving up that passion and that calling inside of him for music.
I really missed playing music when I wasn't playing music, and so I had this belief. I thought, I missed it so much that I must be made for this. I must be made to make music. There's no way that I could want something so bad and not be like who I am.
So he restarted a band, another band, and this band he went into with complete abandon.
I just pursued a career in music with everything I had. So Megan and I had 2 kids, and I had a band that I was putting everything into. And the more that my band did, the less I was with my family. There's this point where Megan was pregnant with Johnny, our third. She knew how badly I wanted to make this career happen, and her being pregnant again was not convenient. And when she told me, she was scared I was gonna be, she was scared I was gonna be mad. And I was so bummed that she was scared of that, so.
It's really hard to be a family if you're never together. And we were apart more than we were together. Why do you love your daddy, Marky?
I love him because he said when he comes back, he's gonna take me to the Green Lantern movie.
Every time I got something that I set out to get, it was super exciting at first, but you know, like the day it happens, you're pumped, and then 2 days later, it's like, well, okay, what's next? I don't know what I expected actually, but I didn't expect that. I wanted to feel happy. I wanted to be like content, and I believe that you could be content. I don't think it was any clear thought in my head. It was just like one day I just prayed for something that I needed, and then I just started praying more, and so it became like this thing where this needs to be important to me. God needs to be important to me, I think.
All of a sudden, he started thinking these things that he hadn't been thinking before. And he also started thinking a lot about God can use anyone to be lots of different things. God can use anyone to be a musician, and God can use anyone to be a writer, and God can use anyone to be a doctor, but God can only use you to be your child's biological father. And so that's a very specific calling that you can know you were called to. And he realized that calling to his children was very powerful, and that he had maybe been neglecting it a little.
I got to a point where I just thought, I can't do this anymore. And so I told my record label, and I told everybody in the band that I was gonna have to come off the road, and I couldn't do the road thing anymore, so our band was over.
And you know, that was a big change from people posting on our wall, on our Facebook wall all the time, oh my gosh, I heard Mark's song in this place. It was in restaurants and on jukeboxes, and you could see it at the mall, and it just felt like something was happening. And then we're just mowing lawns. I mean, I was a stay-at-home mom, and he's mowing lawns, and it's like, wow, I don't know what's gonna happen next. And when people would ask me, I didn't know, and I felt a lot of fear. Maybe nothing else would happen.
I gave up the thing that I had devoted everything to. I gave that up for my belief in God, and so I decided I needed to know more about that. And so I just wanted to learn everything I could, and that's what I tried to do. So, I mean, years passed. Megan and I got really involved in our church. It was an awesome church. It was a really cool church. And so I led singing there. The pastor at that church actually had encouraged me a number of times to try to become a worship leader at a church. He actually sent me some places to submit a resume. One of them was, one of the places was Church Experience.
Since I've known Mark, 16 years now, music has always been so important to him, but it's been an either or. It's always been something where music takes him away from the other things in his life, and he has always been trying to figure out, how do I balance the two? How do I, have a relationship, have a family, and have music? Because they were never things that could be together. And this is a situation where he can be a musician and be true to who he is. A musician and be a family guy. And he doesn't have to hide it. So it's such an amazing situation. The first time he came and sang at Church Experience, he sang the song Resurrecting. And that's exactly the theme of this story. The resurrecting king is resurrecting me. And I think God does that in so many ways. He resurrects us spiritually. He also resurrects our dreams when we're willing to lay them at his feet and say, I don't know how to get this the right way. I don't know how to get this in a way that doesn't destroy me. And when you're really willing to give it up, it seems like sometimes he gives it back to you better. And that's what it feels like happened with Mark's music career.